There are two types of people in this world: movers, shakers, and stand-stillers. People that make shift happen while others ask, what in the world just happened? Which one are you? Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Start Thinking Forward podcast, where we make shift happens. This is a show where we make a difference in our listeners' lives every single day. Want to learn more? Visit us online at www.brandonldraper.com to have an opportunity to connect with a winning team or to attend one of our power-packed events. The Start Thinking Forward podcast was designed for business owners and entrepreneurs looking for a slight edge or unique cutting-edge ideas to take their business to the High Performance League. Your host, Brandon L. Draper, better known as the Motivational King, is a best-selling author, serial entrepreneur, international speaker, business innovator, producer, social media personality, and top leadership development trainer, featured in many news publications around the country. This podcast will deliver high-performance talks to inspire the entrepreneurial spirit within you.
Woo! What's going on, guys and gals? Hey, guys, welcome to For the Love of Money, sponsored by the Start Thinking Forward show. Just remember, it's never too late to start thinking forward. All right, guys, so we're going to dive right into it. Earlier, man, I was like fired up about the stuff that we're getting ready to talk about today, because so many people, they don't invest in their future because they don't know how to, right? And this is not about getting no one to do anything. I'm not in financial services. This is just, hey man, I'm tired of people just not knowing, and people want to figure out ways on how they can invest their money, how can they start saving for the future, different things. And I think that there's so much noise going on right now. I mean, so much noise going on about the economy, what's happening. And I'm telling you, if you're not too careful, you'll get the mushroom syndrome. And somebody's listening like, what is mushroom syndrome? Think about it. The mushroom syndrome. When someone basically just rips you of all knowledge, just puts you in the corner, right? A mushroom, you can just put it in the corner, no light, doesn't need light to grow, and feed it crap, feed it poop, and it's still gonna grow. So just imagine in your financial future, your financial being, your being is going to allow you to take your life to the next level. Meaning when you get to a certain age, because guess what? I don't care what it is you're doing, how easy it is, you're not going to be able to do it for the rest of your life, right? The chance of you getting in a car accident, getting disabled, I mean, it's increased with the amount of traffic and so much, accidents and things that can happen that we cannot foresee. So the chances of you being able to work up until you die are now slim to none, right? So meaning you have to have some type of income when you get a certain age, right? What is that going to look like? And a lot of people have not figured that out. Like, okay, what am I going to do? Some people are saving, $20, $30 a week or something like that. And some people aren't saving anything because they're relying on Social Security to be there. I mean, are they wrong for that? Okay, but let's talk about some of the things. So right now, before we even dive into the show, I'm about to dive right into it. The first thing we're going to do is do the quote of the day. And today I actually have two quotes, right? The first quote is, our incomes are like our shoes. If too small, they gall and pinch us. But if they are too large, they cause us to stumble and trip. And that is by John Luke. The second one, it's kind of interesting. I like the second one as well. Both these quotes I picked today, and I think it's just very important to just kind of try to take these in, right? So I hope you got a pen, a piece of paper to take some notes. The second quote is, a big part of financial freedom is having your heart and mind free from worry about life's what ifs to come. Think about the what if scenarios and situations that may arise in your life, is that when you're financially free, you don't have to worry about the what ifs because you have enough money to cover the what ifs, the oops, right? So let's think about that. So real quick, we're going to dive right into it. So right now, we had a bunch of rhetoric, and I want to be the first one to talk about it. Maybe there's other people talking about it. But talking about the economy, right? I already know people talking about the economy, talking negative. And let me tell you something. If you're getting your news from mainstream media, right, and you're not, getting attached to people that's actually traveling, or if you're not traveling yourself, oftentimes you'll see that the news that you see here in the U.S. and the news that coming from another source maybe be totally different. And there's reason for that. That's by design. There's certain things, that mushroom effect, put them in the corner, stay away from light. You don't have to know anything. You're not going to have any knowledge. We're going to keep feeding you crap. And you're going to keep growing to think you're in this magnificent situation. And in fact, it can be the worst thing to ever happen to you, right? Because you just don't know. Now think about it in our lifetime when the recession and stuff happened last time in 2008. Everyone's losing their homes. Just as much as people were losing their homes, there were people that were getting investment properties for the first time. So even in the midst of people losing, someone's winning, right? Because in order for someone to lose, someone won, right? And I think that's a principle that maybe it's not perpetuated as much to understand that in everything that we do, in order for us to win, someone had to take an L. That's just life. It's opposites, right? So when the recession came, there were a lot of people that lost, but there were a lot of people that gained. Think about it. Look at the statistic. Don't take my words for it. Do your own due diligence and look at how many millionaires were made during the recession. The numbers may shock you. Right? So right now in mainstream media, we're hearing a lot about this recession, right? Recession looming, right? And for those people that may have some type of money, and once again, gotta say this, I'm not a financial advisor, right? So I'm not giving any advice about finances or whatever. I'm just talking about situations, things that I see for coming, right? And it's sad I have to get a disclaimer, but people always, so anyway, guys. So I'm just talking about some of my opinions, things that I see coming, right? I see a great movement. If you're in a small business right now or looking to start a small business, I'm suggesting to you that you look into Alexa skills, right? Because you want to put your business in front of an unsaturated market, right? It is September 23rd, 2019, right? And I'm saying that, right? So if your business is not on Alexa yet, if you don't have a Alexa skill, you're behind, because when it comes, think about how you can possibly rank high on Alexa skill for certain keywords in your industry. What would that do for your business if you're a coach or a consultant, if you're able to do that, right? Have that skill built in. Now it costs money. Don't worry about it. Reach out to us. We'll help you with that. Anyway, cheap plug, but honest truth, we can do that for you. Having an Alexa skill will put you up, but then that goes talking about, once again, we're going to talk about the market here. And that's what we're here to really talk about. So we hear about the recession. We hear about, looming disaster and all this. Now, in order for, for this catastrophic loss, someone has to win, right? And when you've seen a bunch of red, a lot of people, they're new investors, they've gotten some training here and there. They probably went to Udemy and took up a couple of courses. They think they're the next hot stuff when it comes to investment. Or they may even have one of the Robinhood accounts, which is a great platform for not only investing, helps people to invest at a lower, at a smaller entry level, should I say, and it also teaches. So there's a lot of things you can learn from the Robinhood app. The link is in the description. Please click that and go and get you a free stock. So if you've never invested in stock market, you've never done anything to do with stocks, click on the description, and I'm gonna get you a free stock. I'm not gonna say on me. I'm gonna say on Robinhood, but anyway, you'll be able to get that free stock if you're able to use that link. Only if you use the link, though. All right. So enough of the sales tactics, right? Let's get down to the nitty gritty. So with this recession looming, someone's going to lose and someone's going to win. But the thing about it is, if you think that everything in the U.S. you're going to lose, and you got these U.S. companies, and you're looking at the stock market, looking at the ticker symbols, and you see everything in red, well, let me tell you something. when things are in red, that's a time to buy, man. Because things are lower. Now, not every stock is created equal. Some things lose percentages, but I'm not telling you how to invest your money, but I'm telling you anything to do with the future, especially when it comes to technology. When we're talking about the war in China, this trade war, you gotta understand what China is. China's economy is like number 2 in the world, right? Think about that for a second, right? So would it be a good idea to possibly start investing if you were to do it? And I'm saying this is my opinion. I'm not telling anyone to do anything, right? It's just my idea and how I look at it. And I'm saying, wow, this may be a great opportunity for people to probably want to invest in certain foreign markets, right? Especially when it comes to technology and companies that are supporting the U.S., right? And tariffs, extra taxes, someone's getting that money. Either way, right? So there's a couple of companies that I want to talk about. So, everyone is on Amazon, and I know right now as of today, earlier, and I mean it's like 1,700 or something, 17 and some change for the Amazon stock, right? So that's not a real good entry level for a lot of people that's trying to get into investment. Now, if you had invested in Amazon a long time ago, you may have got a good return on investment. So, but there's other companies out there. Like for instance, this is the numbers, right? Alibaba, which is kind of like China's Amazon, right? Because somehow we're brainwashed. We think Amazon runs the world, but there's other companies in the world. And mind you, China being number 2 in the world for economy and for the economics, right? For right now, they're winning in the world, right? And the company Alibaba is just like Amazon here in the U.S. They're dominating, right? And they're trading at about 170 something bucks, right? And like I said, I can't give you accurate numbers because it'd be crazy because you can go online and see it changes like by the second, right? But I just want you to understand in your mind, conceptualize that this company Alibaba is sitting at $177, $170 something, right? And they're equivalent to the Amazon as we see in the U.S. Amazon in the U.S. is trading at 1,700 and some change, and Alibaba is sitting at $170 something. I don't want to get into that figures or whatever. It constantly changes. End of the day, long story short, if you 10 times that, you get about the same amount. Now, do I foresee Alibaba growing as bigger than Amazon and their stock growing? I do. I see if China's competing and they keep growing, their economy keeps growing, that those numbers are going to go up. That's what I think, right? That's my opinion. That's not for somebody to go out and copy and say, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just giving tips, tricks, and things and ideas that I see and things that I was thinking about. So this is just, for the love of money, right? Talking about some strategies and things, right? There's another company out in the Netherlands, I want to say, and it's called Naspers, right? Naspers. And all the stuff I'm talking about is technology. Let me tell you something. This is what I think. I think people that's in their 30s right now remember late 30s, 40s, even 50s. They remembered when the internet first came out. And a lot of those people are kicking themselves in the butt right now because they realize that they could have had a huge leg up. They could have made a lot of money and was very successful if they invested in the internet when it first came out. But everyone was thinking it's a fad, it's going to be here today and gone tomorrow. Well, some people believe that, and they're broke as a joke now, and some people didn't believe that. They believed it was going to be here, it's going to be here for a very long time. And they invested in it. And those are the people you see now with the millions and billions of dollars. I'm saying that opportunity has come again, in my opinion. I think that we're in the gold rush time, right? Now, there's two ways you can play the gold rush. One way you can play the gold rush is by going out, like so many people did. They went out to California to find gold. They went and got a claim. And there were some other people out there that said, you know what? I don't want to go looking for gold, but I want to sell the people that's looking for gold equipment, boots and hotels and places to stay in a warm bath. Because I think I can make just as much money. And they did. Right? So it's about being, let me tell you something. You don't have to be the smartest person. But having a competitive advantage, like being first to market or the first one, you can be dumb and still make it. Right? Seriously. You can literally be dumb, financially not astute, but just because you're the first one to market, you still make it. My opinion. I've seen it time and time again. Dumb as a bag of rocks, but because they were one of the first ones to market, they were the first ones to ride that wave, they were able. So there's companies right now that I think, in my opinion, is out there doing some crazy things, innovative things, and the only thing we're going to continue to see is a climb, right? One of those companies is a company called Naspers, right? And they're invested in some of the biggest companies in China right now, tech companies, right? So whatever ideas you may have constructed in your mind about what China is when it comes to business, and I'm only speaking here about business, and some of the things that they've done to their infrastructure to be where they're at today, be very, very mindful of where you're putting your money. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is that there's a whole different strategies that you can do. Maybe the stock market or putting money in the stock market is not for you, but if I'm telling you, if you have some extra money right now, you need to start doing some research and looking in tech companies, right? Private equity tech companies, one, and publicly traded companies, two. Companies that are building the autonomous vehicles or building components of the autonomous vehicles. Software that's allowing people to, what else? God, it slipped my head, guys. Virtual reality and augmented reality. Any company that's supporting those things, because that's the new internet. That's the new full immersion that's coming. I'm talking about it now because I see the wave. And I'm telling you, if you want to have a chance, an opportunity, right? It is September 23rd, 2019. I'm telling you, it could be 4 or 5 years from this. If you're listening to this and you don't make those investments, you're going to be sick, because this might be your last opportunity. We don't know when we've never had a time like this in history. This is new territory. But here's an opportunity for people to be rich beyond means and measure, to leave a legacy. Think about it. It passed you up before. Opportunities knocking, guys. Opportunities knocking. I think. I mean, I have no reason to. I'm not getting any commission or anything off of doing this. Hey, if you sign up under me for the Robinhood and get you a free share, great. If you don't, you don't. At the end of the day, I think these are some things that you may want to consider. You got to start saving money. You got to, right? Don't sit up there and your first time you're trying to save $1,000, because guess what? You're going to take that money and do something else with it. Be realistic with yourself. You know, first thing, start with at least at a minimum. You know, you're 30, 40 something years old. Try to put 15% of your money, meaning whenever you get paid, take 15% of that money and do something else with it other than spend it. Invest it in something that's going to bring you back a return. Have your money working for you. When people say have your money working for you, they mean have it working for you. Meaning put it in places where you can get a return on investment. Meaning you put $20 in there, next thing you know, a couple of months you may have 22. That money's working for you. If you get $20 and put it in a jar and you leave it there for 3 years, you come back, guess what you got? $20 freaking dollars. So there are instruments, there are vehicles. When I say vehicles, meaning that there are ways that you can put your money in certain vehicles, certain products and certain things out here. If you got the knowledge of or want to get the knowledge of, you can put your money in certain vehicles and it works for you. It makes money over and over and over, because guess what? It's not just about tomorrow. It's not about the light bill this month, right? It's about the light bill 20 years from now. It's about the mortgages 20 years from now, right? It's the retirement, it's the financial freedom further down the road, because you may live, think about it, you may actually live 20, 30 years from now. So if you're not thinking about the 20, 30-year-old you, who is? Think about how many people right now We got parents, 50, 60 years old, got to call and ask for money. They worked all day life. Some of them even retired, and they got to ask for $100. Think about that. Did they plan for themselves to live this long? What if you do? What if you do? Who's planning for you? You know, I don't see people going around. The only time I see people planning for someone is either they care or they're getting paid, right? And a lot of people not caring enough about themselves. Do you really think they care enough about you to start planning your financial freedom, your financial get out of jail card further down the road? No. So if you're not thinking about it, I don't care if you're 30 something years old, right? Dead end job, no career, whatever. You better start thinking about that. You better figure out, can I get a side hustle? Can I get something going on to bring in more money so I can start saving or possibly investing? Like just saving money, putting money in the account, that doesn't do anything. That's the same thing. It's equivalent to you getting your money, putting it in a jar, coming back 3 years. Whatever you put in there is what you're going to have when you get back. And when you put it in the bank account, I mean, the returns are so low, it's pretty much the same thing. So you got to get savvy. You got to get astute with it. You got to study. I hate when people say, well, I just don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. Hey, have you ever invested? No. Why haven't you? I always wanted to. You always wanted to? Okay, if you always wanted to, what's stopping you? Well, I just don't know how to. How about Google it? Research it. How do I invest? Right? Ask someone that you know. Somebody knows something. Don't let the mushroom effect take over you. Don't be a mushroom. Don't get fed crap and be in the dark your whole entire life. Don't you want to get out of the rut? Some people, they get so comfortable with just having the basics. They don't want nothing. They don't want no more. They don't want to pass on no more. They're selfish. Don't be selfish. You want to bless your family abundantly? Right? Stop getting so comfortable. Well, I got a house. I got a car. Like, yeah, I see a lot of people when they get a certain age, only thing they want is a house, the house paid for, close to being paid off, and 2 cars in the driveway, and they're happy drinking their sweet tea. And a little $20,000 insurance policy. Right? And then something happens or a surgery that's needed unexpectedly, and they got to dig in the 401k retirement fund, take that money out. Now that account's drained. Right? Then they're trying to pay back the bill, so now they have to get an advance on the insurance that they got because now they're terminally ill, and guess what? They leave their family in debt. Mama had to do a reverse mortgage. All types of craziness happens because people didn't think. Who's going to take care of your responsibility if something happens to you? Have you thought about that? Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Something I believe, Cora, I believe that you got family members that'll take care of your kids, but I think if they were to get a check, they might do it a little better. I think they might do it a little better. They might care a little bit more because they're getting a check for the next, 15, 20 odd years. Anyway, so we're going to go ready to wrap it on up. Start looking at different strategies. We're going to be talking about different things, and I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't want to go. But if you got any questions, please send emails to support@selfpublishedcentral.com. All right, that's selfpublishedcentral.com. Support@selfpublishedcentral.com, and ask those questions. Hey, if you got a question about how you want to learn how to start investing, you want to learn some techniques, some strategies, whatever it is that you want to do, ask those questions. And what we can do on the For the Love of Money on the show, we can actually talk about those things that you got questions about. No reason for me just to come up off of things. If you got things you want to discuss or talk about, just send those questions to support@selfpublishedcentral.com. And we will answer your questions on the show so that you can make a better financial step in your future. Now, one thing I need to talk about this because this came to me and I thought about it. Okay. For those people right now, if you're like 34, 35 years old, or 40 something years old, or mid 40s, I'm coming up kind of from 35 to 45, and you're at a job that you really don't see a career or upward mobility in what you're doing, you might need to check yourself and figure out, because what are you gonna do? What if something happens and they close the doors? And you're not in cement. You're not cemented in your position, your job, or whatever. You don't have that type of seniority. If they close the doors, what's gonna happen? Do you have a side hustle, a plan B, or something going on in the background that you could, we call a golden parachute, a reserve parachute, just in case of the proverbial all hell breaks loose? Just a question. And if you don't, what if all hell was to break loose tomorrow? Would you be able to do the basics things that you need to do? Think about that for a second. Hey guys, this is Brandon L. Draper, better known as the Motivational King, with For the Love of Money podcast, sponsored by Start Thinking Forward and the Pinnacle Point Publishing Gang over at Pinnacle Point Publishing Inc. at www.selfpublishcentral.com. You also can reach out to our office at 1-866-222-3940. Hey guys, it's been wonderful. I hope that I dig deep into your financial spirit and get some things stimulated in you that's going to take it to the next level. But remember, it is never too late to start thinking forward. Start thinking forward by taking control of your finances, by start investing in things that can bring you a return back. Don't allow what the news is telling you about the economy to dictate what you're going to do to actively start participating in your life and finally be able to have a financial freedom date, right? Hey guys, you got any questions? Please reach out to us again at support@selfpublishcentral.com. And we will be right back after a few commercials. Hey, guess what, guys? I need no introduction. So real quick, if you are looking to write a book, you got to connect with us. It is guaranteed. So many people decide that they want to write a book. They self-publish, right? And their book never grow legs. So we want to help you if you want the help. Connect with Pinnacle Point Publishing. You want to learn how you can write your own book within the next 90 days. You need to come to one of our Hold Your Hand conferences where we're going to teach you how to strategically write a successful book that actually sells. Learn the step-by-step process to publish your way to success. Connect with us online at www.selfpublishcentral.com or call one of our highly motivated agents at 1-866-222-3940. And remember, it's never too late to start thinking forward.
So goodbye, my love. Already found someone that I'm thinking of, and I lose myself again to someone that's got the precious to me, so you just have to do without. Here's something you can think about. You play me good, there's no doubt, but you're the one that's missing out. 'Cause baby, we got issues, yeah. Not gonna make them dictate my life. So baby, if you got issues, yeah, don't you take them out of me. Honey, I think we lost the touch. Guess I'm not into you that much. Ooh. So goodbye, my love. Already found someone that I'm thinking of, and I lose myself again to someone who's got the
Woo! What's going on, guys? Hey, I know there's a lot of noise going out there on the internet, so I'm gonna give you an opportunity to be able to plug into us. I need you to go to Draper Talk Radio and subscribe to all our shows. We're gonna have so many shows, so many podcasts dealing with business, entrepreneurship, life, love, relationships, you name it, we got it. Even money. So that's a big topic. So we're getting ready to launch this new podcast. I said new, right? New podcast called For the Love of Money. We're going to talk about news, things you need to consider in your everyday life, especially business and investment, and thinking about retirement. Is Social Security really going to be there? Hey, I don't know. I'm not banking on it, so I'm suggesting that you don't either. So here's your opportunity to get informed when it comes to business, finances, and investment. Join us at drapertalkradio.com. Hey guys, remember, it's never too late to start thinking forward.
I'm addicted to the love that you're giving. Every minute, every day I've been craving. I don't wanna get you out of my system, no, 'cause I like the way it feels when you touch me. You got me good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You got me good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, babe, all I'm thinking about is when you come around. Ooh, ooh, ooh. 'Cause you got me. Play the game just like a pro, didn't stand a chance. You took it all, yeah, you won by a landslide. Oh, babe, left your trademark on my cheek, now I'm all yours. Got me calling you up at night just to hear your voice. You got me good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You got me good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. All I'm thinking about is when you come around. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey. Tell me your heart, is it only me? Is it only me you've got on that call? 'Cause I need to know, baby. Yeah, I gotta know right now. babe, so good, babe, so good, so good, so good, it hurts, so good, babe, so good, babe. You got me good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You got me good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, baby. All I'm thinking about is when you come around. Ooh, ooh, ooh. 'Cause you got me good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You got me.
Yo, check it out. Hey guys, I need no introduction. You know it's the Motivational King. I'm talking about looking the part. Hey, check this out. Everyone, you can go anywhere and get clothing, but guess what? If you want one of a kind clothing, you want to look the part. You want people to say, hey, where did you get that from? I promise you, you need to visit zenofcores.com. Just like the King's always dripping with our one-of-a-kind apparel, you can be dripping too. To bring out the inner king and queen in yourself, to really shut it down when you step out. Remember, it's never too late to start thinking forward, especially with zenofcores.com.
There are two types of people in this world: movers, shakers, and standstillers. People that make shift happen while others ask what in the world just happened. Which one are you? Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Start Thinking Forward podcast, where we make shift happens. This is a show where we make a difference in our listeners' lives every single day. Want to learn more? Visit us online at www.brandonldraper.com to have an opportunity to connect with a winning team or to attend one of our power-packed events. The Start Thinking Forward podcast was designed for business owners and entrepreneurs looking for a slight edge or unique cutting-edge ideas to take their business to the High Performance League. Your host, Brandon L. Draper, better known as the Motivational King, is a best-selling author, serial entrepreneur, international speaker, business innovator, producer, social media personality, and top leadership development trainer, featured in many news publications around the country. This podcast will deliver high-performance talks to inspire the entrepreneurial spirit within you.
All right, guys, we are back for part 2 of the financial segment. You thought we were gone? No, we are here. All right, so we talked about a lot, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. There's so much things that I think a lot of people should do, and I don't want to overwhelm anybody, because it's a population of people that we serve, and a lot of times people just don't have any type of experience in the financial sector. They didn't come from that. Those skills were not passed on for whatever reason. It's okay. So we want to start where we're going to start. So it's very important that you send in your questions. Send in your questions about finance. What should I do? If you're talking about entrepreneurship, investing, different questions. No question is dumb. The only dumb question is the one you don't ask, because you may be asking a question that 100 people have, but everyone's just embarrassed to ask a question. So there's a lot of different things when it comes to investing and starting to try to get to financial freedom, from side hustles to investing in the market to getting real estate. There's so many things. So we're going to be inviting different people on the show, sharing some insight on some of those different avenues of approach, should I say, on how to get their business together. Hey guys, this is the Motivational King. I look to see you again. So next time, remember, it's never too late to start thinking forward.